Hello, it's 7:15 in the evening, 28th of February 2025. Back doing oldie worldy kind of YouTube channels. So, I've been couple of videos I've been banged for copyright infringement, but because I'm not making any money, I'm off the channel. I'm not getting like hit for anything like that. It says no action, but still, that's YouTube for you. Here's me trying to hopefully show channels to people that are just watching this from years ago, and blah 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 blah. So okay, this is Salmonella. He's been around for a long time. Let's have a look here. Okay, 64 videos. He's been around since 2016, and he does. Let's see band names. That's one I was on at the moment. Right, let's have a look if I could. There we go. So I have to basically talk to it so I don't get dinged with it.
Hey Majors, so I'd like to start off with a little biology lesson. When a species finds itself living on an island, it can start to evolve in strange ways based on the different pressures applied by the new environment. This is called island syndrome, and while it can manifest in a lot of ways, the biggest driving force is often a lack of predators. For example, the dodo lost its ability to fly since there was nothing to flee from.
So anyway, so he does nature documentaries, but he animates it himself, and he does it with a bit of a comedy behind it as well. So I won't go into too much on that kind of stuff again. Okay, let's have a look what we have here.
That I now really want to try it. Like, it's a big trade. I've got to be the one that's wrong.
Hang on. What's this about?
Shark fins aren't even meat. They're made almost entirely of cartilage and collagen. They are the last part we should be eating. That's why it's only made into soup, because without being soaked in broth, it has zero flavor or nutritional value on its own. Their only redeeming quality is their unique mouthfeel due to how stringily the collagen grows, in structures called ceratotrichia. The texture has been described as somewhere between...
Right, so let's try Octopus Lady. Seems we're on a bit of an educational thing at the moment. And Octopus Lady, there you go. Let's have a look at, well, I think this is right. So she's been around since 2014 according to this. She's really cool. She's a mythologist. And let's have a look at, I was watching this for a go. Okay, let's go ahead and mute. There we go, because of bloody commercials. So YouTube now, what they're doing is anytime you skip or come back to a video, it'll start off with a commercial. It's Google. They've got multi-billions of dollars. There we go. Just because I went back to the beginning, they're putting the commercial on it. And it's like, I'm old-fashioned. I'm in for the old style YouTube. But anyways, let's have a look what she's doing here. Okay, sorry about this.
Branching arms, reaching out blindly into the dark. Right. Hi, I'm the Octopus Lady. You're watching Alien Ocean, and let's talk about brittle stars today, shall we? Yeah, look at these guys. Little eldritch horror monsters, right? Those spiraling, branching arms, reaching out blindly into the darkness to... do what exactly? Maybe they snatch passing fish out of the water and rend them asunder using all their appendages. Maybe they crawl along the ocean floor, stabbing their arms into the skin and shells of unsuspecting prey and suck the life force out of them. The brittle stars themselves don't even know. They're just running on their most base and primal instincts. A forever moving, forever hunting machine, not spiteful of the life around it, but something much worse. Indifferent. Surely they shall be some of the most terrifying creatures I've ever talked about on my channel, right up there with the vampire and the Magnapinna squid. Longtime fans of my channel know what I'm talking about. Now then, let's get the usual stuff out of the way first. Brittle stars are part of the phylum Echinodermata, and I've talked about other members of this phylum on Alien Ocean before, specifically the sea stars and the sea cucumbers, the former of whom shares the subphylum of Asterozoa with the brittle stars, who are themselves in the class of
beautiful attitude.
Ophiuroidea. I think that's how you pronounce it. By the way, friendly reminder, members of Ophiuroidea can be called Ophiuroids, sea urchins and sand dollars are members of Echinoidea and can be called Echinoids, and sea stars are members of Asteroidea and can be called Asteroids. I'm not kidding. I still remember the very first time I did serious academic research into echinoderms because I was so confused why everyone kept talking about rocks in space instead of, these guys. Anyway, there are over 2,000 extant or still living species of brittle stars, which means there are over 2,000 creatures in the ocean that look like this. Actually.
So then I'll leave it at that. Again, if you want to see her videos, the Octopus Lady, go ahead and do it. She puts so much work into her videos. It's really cool. I think it's Z Frank or Z Frank. I don't know how he pronounces his name. This guy is a genius as well. He's been around forever. And let's have a look how long he's been around for. I think it's in 2006. So this is within a year of when YouTube started. Now he uses oh God, I've forgotten the name of the actor. The narrator in, what's the name of that film where he digs a tunnel in a prison? Shawshank Redemption? Okay, and I've got to do him justice. Okay, so Shawshank. I can see his face as well. Redemption. Come on, Joe. What's his name? Bollocks. Morgan Freeman. There we go. So, does this guy... Hang on, what's this about? Oh, yeah. So, does this guy sound like Morgan Freeman? Now, he does... actually, the stuff that he does is heavily researched and is also... it's legitimate, you know what I mean? But it's got a comical element to it. So let's have a look at how jellyfish hunt. Okay.
When the life of a jellyfish begins, it's not long before the sea monkeys start getting nervous. Fertilized egg, a few rounds of cell division, and they can already start moving around. Find a nice spot to settle and grow into a gelatinous tree with arms that seem to be flipping the world off in every direction. And they can get away with that too, because they're armed. Get it? Because at just a couple weeks old, the polyps of jellyfish and other members of the cnidarian gang, like anemones and coral, have the ability to sting. Now, if you had sea monkeys growing up, this might be a tough episode for you. If you look a little closer at those tentacles, you can see they can fire off what sometimes looks like weaponized pubic hair. These structures, nematocysts, aren't really designed to just shoot off willy-nilly into the water like this. Normally, they go off on contact. They have these little trigger hairs that, if touched, cause water to rush into the cell. And this creates an incredible amount of pressure, 150 atmospheres or over 2,000 psi. Phew. Now see all that stuff that's curled up inside? Well, it's like an innie belly button on steroids.
So there you go. Again, I'm not piggybacking off him. I just want you to, if anyone sees this, I want people to... what's the word? Please look at these channels. These really amazing people. Okay, this old Tony. All right, now this old Tony, he's a good guy as well. He is either from North America or Canada, and he does engineering, mainly metalwork. And he has been around forever, since 2010. And you only see his hands, but he does have a... Okay, let's have a look here. What do you mean he's only got... What? Videos. Okay, there we go. Videos. He's got thousands of the things. Say book cramp. See what this does. Okay, 1 second. Get this commercial thing out of the way. I know people have got to make money and stuff like that, but it's just... I find it intrusive. Oh. Okay.
Are you running out of reasons to discreetly leave the room every 10 minutes during taco night? Do you wish you filled out those jeans just a little better? Do you feel guilty putting your neighbor's kids in mortal danger, driving that last quarter-mile home in a race against time itself? Do you need to weld sheet metal panels edge to edge. If you answered yes to that last question, you're going to love butt clamps. I've been waiting to make a set of my own for a long time. I mean, I always see them sort of hanging on the peg. I've always considered buying a set, but they look so darn easy to make. And at $5 a piece? I mean, come on. There's no way I'm spending that kind of money when I can make them for 15. I grabbed a little cutoff of some square tubing. Size shouldn't really matter that much. Make them about the size that you think you'll need. A fistful of some wing nuts, and a handful of screws. I'm not sure if I'll use these yet. Maybe look for some slotted screws. That might make it easier. Save us a step. But moral of the story, instead of going through this whole long-winded thing, backstories, explanations, and whatnot, let's just make the clamps and use them. They're pretty self-explanatory. First things first, though, I need to cut this down into, 6, 8, 10 pieces. Let's start with that and take it from there.
There you go. So that's this old Tony. Seeing as I'm on metal engineering, let's see if AVE is pulls up. There he is, AVE. This guy's from Canada. I think he's from North Canada. And he... Where's the more button? There it is. He's been around forever, since 2012. And I'm subscribed. Yeah. Again, YouTube is unsubscribing quite a lot of stuff. So let's have a look at this one. Graceful Japanese Tools. And he does... and Dumb Trick. There we go. See what this does. And then first we'll mute it in case there's a commercial. No, there isn't. Okay. Let's go to the beginning again. And he's been around the world. But
YouTube did the video responses, video replies. You could reply to somebody's video. And they got rid of that. Well, this is that. This is for Matthias Wandel, the Wood Elf. The Wood Gears fella. You know the fella. Handsome, devilishly smart, so forth. Of course, I have a 13mm drill. Who doesn't have a 13mm drill? Come on by, buddy. I just got to find it. 17, 10, 12. Through hole. 8.3. Those are strictly the fancy carbide. I'm sure I got one in here somewhere.
Anyway, I won't go any more than that. But he does... he's done a lot of hydraulic engineering and metal engineering and that kind of stuff. He's very, very wizened. He has been there and done that. And he's got a nice sense of humor as well. So that's something to watch. So that's that, I think. I'm trying to make these short. And this is about 13 minutes. I think I'll just do one more. I'll do Luck Mum No Computer. This guy's a magician. But he does weird stuff. Okay. Ooh, I'm subscribed. So view channel. This is weird. Is it really? It is. So just view channel. Okay. And let's have a look. He's been around since 2013. Now he doesn't, as I say, he doesn't use a computer to make music, but he makes what they call it, music out of stuff. Like for instance, I'll show you the Furby thing at some point. One recent thing he's doing here is he bought himself a Mini. He likes old Minis. And he bought one off his friend's dad, and he stripped it down as he's putting it together. So there's videos on that. But he bought himself a church organ, and he's got this museum of like old electronics. And then let's have a look. Here we go, Furby organ. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to mute it first, in case the ads come up. Yep, there you go. And it's one of two, so I'm just going to wait for this to go through. And again, I know they have to be monetized, but I think some of my videos, I'm not monetized, but some of my videos, they'll put ads on. So Google can make money, because they haven't got enough, have they? Anyway, so... so they could just keep peanuts out.
Furbies. I can guarantee a lot of you have one of these somewhere deep down in a basement in a cardboard box, probably still talking to itself. But maybe there's a use for these annoyingly endearing little creatures. What about Furbies on a stick? Nah, that ain't quite it. What about a Furby picnic? There's got to be more uses than that, surely. Well, for the past few years, I've been dreaming up of a machine that will finally give these tragically discarded little dreamboats a use. And here's a concept picture from a few years ago of the machine in question. And finally, after trawling through eBay and rummaging through charity shops up and down the land and a heck of a lot of soldering, I present to you the Furby organ.
So if you want to see more, go to his channel. Look, Mum, no computer. Okay, that's me done for this time. And again, I'm not piggybacking off these people. These are just people that are amazing. And some have millions of subscribers. Some have hardly any. Like Cowchop even, it got so messed up with everything behind the scenes as far as logistics and financing that they had to close the channel down, which is a shame. But it's still up, which is really good. And I wouldn't be surprised if this... I mean, they should still be getting funded, so, and you get to see the entire story from when they began. Again, with Cowchop, it started... Was Cowchop on this one? I don't know. I don't even know who's on there here. But anyway, so, these are a bunch of channels that I recommend you watching. And as always, when I'm going to... The last sentence, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make